Okay, this is Stella teacher. This is my introduction. So after I introduce myself, you're gonna write your own introduction as well. And then at the end of the classroom, we're going to talk to each other about who we are. Okay, so let me first tell you about my favorite books. So the first book that I want to introduce you is Man's Search for Meaning. This is the book that I most recently read. This is about a Jewish psychiatrist in the middle of the World War II, and he was dragged to this prison and he spent there for 2 years, although he didn't do anything wrong. But then, while surviving in the extreme situations, he discovered what true humanity is. So, while reading this book, I recognized the importance of family and importance of nature and importance of humor. So this deeply touched my heart. Also, To Kill a Mockingbird, it's set in 1920s of the United States when racial discrimination was very severe. It's about a very righteous lawyer who stands up for a innocent black man, and it deeply touches humanity. And then the founding principles of the United States and democracy. So this was also a very good book and touching book to read. And then the third book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I read this book last year. And this is about how we can form our relationships with other people and live in harmony with them. So when we try to persuade other people, we feel that coercion or like forcing other people is going to work. But according to Dale Carnegie, that does not work. So do you know the fairy tale? Do you know the folk tale about the sun and then the wind? So the sun and then the wind, they do a battle together, right? To make a passerby take off his coat. Who wins? Yeah, the sun. So to warm other people's hearts and to move them into an action, cold attitude does not work. But then if you warm them with kindness, they are going to open themselves up and then they're going to change their behavior. So this hugely influenced me about my teaching attitude and philosophy. So I really like this book. What about my favorite movies? So these are the two movies that I recently watched. I don't know, but I'm into like dogs and animals these days. I don't have a pet. Maybe that's the reason why I am taking joy, just indirect joy of owning a pet by watching these movies. So these movies are about dogs lost their owners and then finding their owners again, and it's very touching and looking at the innocence of the children and then the dogs was really heartwarming. That's why I love these movies. What about my hobbies? So before I started my hagwon, I used to have many hobbies. But then since I started teaching, like I was a teacher always, but then after I started my own hagwon, I became really busy. So I don't really have many hobbies. But after work, I go to the gym and then I did uh, the step mill. This looks very torturous, but it's actually really fun once you get used to it. And I listen to music, very upbeat. I like hip hop music and rap music and R&B music. So when I listen to that and when I sweat a lot, I feel like my stress has been relieved. So I do that a lot. Okay, so what is my dream? My dream when I was a student was working in a global advertising company. I already achieved that. I got a job at a British marketing advertising company. I worked there a couple of years, and after that, I started teaching English, which I enjoy very much. But then, what's my final dream? So I went to this school in the U.S. called Middlebury College for 4 years, and I went there for free. I didn't pay the tuition. Um, because I got a scholarship. I was very thankful. I'm still very thankful. And then for all the people that I met in the US, I still have such good memories about American people because they're really kind. They're really generous. I was just a foreign Asian student who was really shy, but then they were always very kind and considerate to me. So my final dream is to become wealthy enough to provide for myself and for my family. And then if I go ever beyond that, I would like to make a little donation to my alma mater, Middlebury College. That's my dream. And then if I ever get richer than that, I would like to buy a house uh, near the beach. I'm not sure how far I can go. And then my personal um, like professional vision is to involve and then like include a lot of technology in learning so that the students' learning process can be more as efficient as possible. Okay, so what about my personality? So I value effort a lot. I make a lot of effort and I look for the same attitude from the students. So when I see students making efforts, I praise them and then I value them more than anything. So please show me effort making attitude and then positive and respectful attitude. I try to maintain that no matter who I meet with. And I try to be as kind as possible. So there is this phrase that I believe in. So whenever we leave this earth, by the time we die, the only monument that we can leave behind is our kindness, how kind we have been throughout our entire life. But then the thing about myself is that I can be really mean to other people when other people try to take advantage of me, when they disrespect me. I can like return the same attitude. But as long as other people are okay to me, I always maintain the kind attitude. So there are certain class rules. So we have to respect each other. You have to respect me, other students. Don't make any unnecessary noises. And then you guys have to make effort, especially in vocab test and novel test. We do these two tests every class, but then if you fail more than 3 times a month, vocab novel combined, then this class, you cannot attend the class any longer. This is to promote a very enthusiastic learning atmosphere. So if you come to this class, you can see that everybody is working hard. Okay, so that's going to really help you cultivate a ever-making attitude, which is necessary in your future academic achievement. Okay, this is pretty much it. So please fill in the paper that I gave you. Um, and then at the end of the classroom, I'm going to give you 1 minute to present about who you are, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching.